Hey guys, I'm Matt from Pop Review the Movie Podcast. It is fall already, but I want to talk about summer, so we're going to still talk about summer. Let's go. So a while ago, before the summer, I wanted to make a list of my top 10, what I thought was going to be, and then compare it, but I never did that, obviously. Never saw it on my YouTube page, but I still kept them, and then I waited till Labor Day to stop it and then compare the two. But since it's late, I'm going to actually compare it to the box office, the latest box office of the weekend of September 23rd. So it's going to be compared from May to September 23rd. The weekend of September 23rd instead of Labor Day, just because I'm making a later video. I'm explaining it too much. I'm sorry, we're moving on. So this is my list that I had. This is the list I predicted. It was going to be number 1, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Number 2, Jurassic World Dominion. Number 3, Thor Love and Thunder. Number 4, Lightyear. Number 5, Top Gun Maverick. Number 6, Minions, The Rise of Gru. Number 7, Nope. Number 8, DC League of Super Pets. Number 9, Bullet Train. Number 10, Elvis. Those are my lists. I got it fucking wrong. I think I got 2 spots correct, and that was Nope at number 7 and Bullet Train number 9. If I left the numbers at the Labor Day numbers, this would have been different a little bit. Some things shifted, some things moved. But I think I would have only had, actually, I don't even think I would have had any, maybe Bullet Train. Because let me actually tell you what the numbers were for this. So this is the actual list. This is the correct list. Top Gun Maverick at $711 million domestic. They're all domestic, by the way. Doctor Strange, and I did not see Top Gun Maverick being number 1. I thought it was going to make a decent amount of money. I did not see it being the phenomenon that it is. And rightfully so. It's a great movie. I just wasn't expecting it. It came out of nowhere. Very few movies do this. I think the last one was Spider-Man No Way Home, but very few movies can just keep trucking along with that box office, and this was one of them. And it's in the top, I think it's in the top 10 of domestic and almost in the top 10 of worldwide, so congrats to Tom Cruise. Let's see if those audiences stick around for Mission Impossible, or if it was just for Top Gun. Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, it made it was actually at number 2, and it made $411 million domestic. I thought this was going to be bigger, but then the reviews came out, and I think that hindered it because it really wasn't that multiversal, and it was a little controversial because it was so different. Unpopular opinion, I think it's a great movie. I think it's scared, no pun intended, to have it reach that $1 billion mark and also have it reach more than 500 million. Number 3 is Jurassic World Dominion at $376 million. I had it at number 2. I thought it was going to be, it just passed $1 billion actually, so it finally is a $1 billion movie, but it took a while. And I think people were real into it at first, just to see the casts come together, but the reviews didn't help, and I think it was kind of like Doctor Strange. It didn't, I think if it had better reviews, it would have been better. Look at Top Gun. It had amazing reviews. It did really well. It did well for a while. Doctor Strange did well in the beginning, and then slowly didn't do as well. And the same with Jurassic Park, but it finally hit $1 billion, so congratulations to them. I think I think a lot of these movies are lower because the reviews didn't help, and the word of mouth didn't help. Number 4, Minions, The Rise of Gru at $365 million. I'm not surprised by it. I thought it was going to be lower, but I think because other things did worse, it rose to the top on the actual chart of the top 10. That is factual, not mine. Number 5, Thor Love and Thunder, $343 million. I'm shocked by this. I thought it was going to be much higher. I thought it was going to be it did make more than the third one, but I think once again, the word of mouth was not great. The reviews were not great. The drama, there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff that kind of came out that it was cut, and a lot of stuff was cut and everything, and people got angry, but that was after the fact. So then the numbers dipped after the pretty decent opening weekend. Actually, it was actually a good opening weekend, not decent. It was a good opening weekend. So after that, and all the stuff that was this was cut, it just dropped after that. And I thought it was gonna be higher, but it was not. And I think I did not expect it to be a middle one. I really did not. But a lot of things happened this year that I didn't expect to happen. Number 6, Elvis. I had it, and that was just out of a whim. I was I'll put Elvis on. But Elvis is number 6 at $150 million. That's great. I think it's not as good as Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's not as low as Rocketman did the box office. I think it was a great movie. I love this movie. I think the word of mouth actually about Austin Butler and all that as Elvis carried this movie, and I was really happy it made a lot of money, and I'm hoping that kind of progresses it into awards chances. So that was a big surprise, even because I was just like, oh, I'll put it on there. I doubt it's gonna be on there, but it was actually like much higher than I had it. Number 7, Nope, $123 million. I thought this was gonna be higher. Even though I had it at the same spot, I was hoping it was going to be higher. I just thought all these other ones were going to do better than Nope. I was hoping it was going to get to the Get Out and Us range. I think it was like 170 million. It didn't make that, unfortunately, but it did do fairly well. And it was on the top 10 for the summer, so I think that's always great. And I hope, once again, like I said for Elvis, this projects it into the awards contenders. I think it was a great movie. For original content, it had a very good box office. For an original movie, my hope is that the Oscars secures from the next movie. I think he has it, but I'm just making sure that he has that movie because I know studios are all about box office sometimes, so cross our fingers. Number 8. This was a huge shock for me. I had it at number 4, Lightyear. It did not do well, but I think it's one of those things where the word of mouth wasn't that great. It was an okay movie. I thought it was fun, but it didn't have that Pixar flair because they were trying to do something else and different. They were trying to do something different, but the different was make it more generic, so it didn't really work that well. And it's doing really well on Disney Plus, which is not great for Pixar because all their other movies have gone to Disney Plus, and this was their first one in theaters, and it didn't do well. So I was shocked by this one. Did I say the amount? I don't think so. It only made $118 million. That's not great for Pixar, given their track record. I'm hoping that they don't put Pixar on Disney Plus for the foreseeable future. Let's cross our fingers, and let's move on. It's number 9, Bullet Train. I wasn't sure if it wasn't on here for a while. There were some other ones I'm going to talk to you about the end. I'm going to talk about it at the end, but Bullet Train just made it at $99 million. So it's right at the $100 million mark. I had it at number 9, so that was another one that matched, but that was kind of just out of a whim. It didn't do that great. Like I said, the reviews weren't that great. The word of mouth wasn't amazing. So unfortunately, I think a lot of these movies, this movie could, if we had all positive reviews for all these movies, this list would be completely different, but that's we're not in a perfect world like that. So yeah, Bullet Train's at number 9 with 99 million. Ironic for the number it's at. And then number 10, and it just hit this. I think there was it was a different movie I'm going to talk about in 2 seconds, but it was DC League of Super Pets at $90 million. I didn't see it, but it's a kid's movie, so I had it at number 8 just for being a kid's movie, but it didn't do as well as I thought, given that The Rock and all that stuff. That's another reason why I had it a little higher up. But it's at number 10 with 90 million. So 2 things I want to shout out, though, about this year, about this summer. Where the Crawdad Sings was on this list for quite a while until Bullet Train kept kind of trugging along with a couple $1 million every weekend, stuff like that. And Where the Crawdad Sings right now is at 89.4. And that's really good for a movie that had terrible reviews, but it just kept making money. So shout out to that movie because I feel like that should have been 20 million given how everything else was going with the word of mouth and all that stuff. But it trugged along, and I congrats to that movie. And The Black Phone was on this list until actually updated it for today's recording, and it was at 89.8, only $4.4 million. And that's for a horror movie. And for the theaters still kind of regaining their strength they had before pre-COVID, for a horror movie to do that, I think that's great. And it showed that some movies just shouldn't be pushed to streaming. So congrats to Black Phone 2. Those two actually they were in the top 10, so I wanted to give them a shout out because I feel like anyone predicting the top 10 for the summer would never have guessed those 2 movies. So congrats to both those 2 movies. And that was this wasn't really an episode. I just kind of wanted to talk about it and get it out there to show my list. I just wanted to show my list and show how it did compared to the actual list of the top 10. I wanted to know what you thought your favorite movie was of the summer. I think mine was, if I'm looking right here, mine probably was Elvis, my favorite movie of the summer. I thought that was a great movie. So let me know what your favorite movie is of the summer and your least favorite. And if out of the top 10, my least favorite was Bullet Train. I did not care for that movie, unfortunately. But let me know those 2 things down below in the comments. Let me know what you thought your top 10 was going to be down in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And smash that subscribe button or like button. I feel like I see that on YouTube, and I forgot what it was already, and I wanted to do it, and it didn't work. So thank you for watching. Cheers.